up, first fans? How we doing tonight, today, this afternoon, whenever you're watching our video here? We appreciate you tuning in to the channel. Devin's here. I'm here. We just had our draft over the weekend. A couple of them that were in a couple leagues together, and it was pretty fun, I thought. Yep. Had a good time. We're here to talk to you a little bit about who our team was, what we drafted, what we like, what we maybe don't like. And in this league, it's a single quarterback. You've got 2 running back starters, 2 wide receiver starters, a tight end, and then we've got a couple flexes. One is a running back wide receiver flex, and the other is a tight end wide receiver flex. So a little bit... a little different. A little fun. And then, of course, the kicker defense, but, we're not going to mention too much about that. A little bit at the end. So that's basically what we're going to talk about. We just want to get you guys' opinion, what you might have liked about our draft or didn't like, where we made some good choices, or if you just thought we messed up big time somewhere. Oof. Hopefully not. So, before we get into that, though, we've got a Travis Kelce Collector Card. It is available free of charge to you guys. We're going to make 1,000 limited edition collector cards. So the first 1,000 people that subscribe to the channel,
like twice,
like 2 videos,
comment on 2 videos,
comment on any 2 videos, and we will send you out a free collector card of Travis Kelce. They were all hand painted. These are all the paintings that we had back here, and we're going to be doing collector cards for each of them, but Travis Kelce is the first one in this limited edition, so get your card. All right, back to our draft. Back to the draft. So this happened yesterday. We're just going to go over it today and see what you think. This is Devin's team. And, why don't you start off? Let us know who you picked in the first round.
Well, I was the 4th overall pick.
4th pick.
So first was McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, and...
Alvin Kamara. Pretty standard.
Yep.
Know.
So,
this is where the draft really starts.
Oh, no, it wasn't Alvin Kamara. It was Zeke Elliott.
Oh, yeah, it was Zeke Elliott. Yeah.
Cook, McCaffrey, and Elliott. So I picked Derrick Henry. With
you
my first
fool!
Pick. I think it's a safe first round pick.
Gosh.
Safe success.
Go safe or go home. That's what they say. No, he's a good pick there. I mean, he is somewhat safe. He doesn't have the ceiling of Alvin Kamara, but he definitely has, I think, a bigger floor.
Yes. So yeah, okay, I could definitely see that. Yeah.
It's a good pick. I mean, you can at that point you're kind of nitpicking over what you want. So first pick, all right, Derrick Henry.
And then coming back around, I picked Antonio Gibson.
Yes,
he was right there.
Pick.
I was debating between Antonio Gibson and Darren Waller, and right before I picked, Darren Waller went.
Yeah.
So I went with Antonio Gibson.
No choice.
Yeah. Definitely a good pick here. He definitely has a lot of potential here. In my opinion, I'm worried about the volume. If he gets a lot of volume, guaranteed amazing. Yeah.
But as your RB2, I mean, that's perfect RB2.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
He definitely has. He's got the potential to even do what Derrick Henry did. So.
Yep.
I like it. All right. Round 3.
Yep, round 3. Coming back around, I picked Keenan Allen. I wanted a wide receiver here. I think Keenan Allen is really good when healthy, obviously.
Yeah, it's a good wide receiver one.
When healthy, he's good for like 10 or more targets every single game. He's just a target PPR monster, and he gets a lot of touchdowns too. So, Keenan Allen.
And in the 3rd round, that's great value. I mean, a lot of, obviously, wide receivers have gone off the board, and I think he was just about the last of kind of our top tier. Okay. On to the 4th round.
4th round. Got James Robinson there.
Nice.
Yep. I really didn't know who to pick here, and then James Robinson fell there. I can't remember who I was in between him and someone else, but I chose James Robinson. I think he has a lot of upside this year, especially because he's the only running back on the team right now.
Yes. I mean, you were picking him fairly late. That definitely was a good choice. And have 3 running backs. You can never have too many running backs.
Especially if you play them all.
Yeah. All right.
5th round. I picked Cooper Kupp.
Excellent wide receiver, too, in our opinion. Very solid.
I believe Robert Woods was off the board.
So. Yeah. Which is beautiful for him because it just fell into his lap, the better of the 2 wide receivers.
I mean.
How about this?
Watch our tip for tat.
The wide receiver with the higher ceiling, in my opinion. I think Robert Woods has a better floor. Cooper Kupp is a little more loosey-goosey.
Okay. I'd rather have Robert Woods.
Watch our tit for tat video. Let us know who you think.
But
we
I am
debate back
happy.
and forth about Kupp and Woods.
I am still happy with Cooper Kupp.
All right,
though.
all right.
All right. Moving on, though.
6th round.
I got DJ Moore.
No, 5th round. No.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp was the 5th round.
Okay.
So 6th round, I got DJ Moore.
6th round. Yeah, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
Another stud muffin wide receiver.
Yes.
What is wrong with you guys? Crushing the draft.
During the offseason, I was actually higher on Robbie Anderson. But after the preseason, I think DJ Moore actually looked a lot better.
Yeah.
Connected with Sam Darnold so much better. And you also got to put into consideration that Sam Darnold favored Jameson Crowder. Gave him so many targets, even when Robbie Anderson was there.
Mm-hmm.
He got a lot of targets. So DJ Moore replacing that Jameson Crowder position because, it's a different team. I can expect a lot of targets going his way and a lot of connection. I can expect him to be a good red zone target as well.
Well, and DJ Moore, everybody's waiting for him to break out. He was a stud muffin wide receiver, came out of college, and he's done good. But we were expecting a huge breakout from DJ Moore over the last few years, and it just hasn't fully happened. He's been a good receiver, but just not great. We're expecting that next level, kind of like what A.J. Brown did last year. We just haven't got that yet. This could be the year if it all comes together with Sam Darnold. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
7th round. This is where I picked a quarterback. I got Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady, enough said.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
He's going to throw a lot of touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Gronk, the running backs.
And he might even sneak in a few like he does each year. He's not going to get you any rushing yards. But,
Right.
It is what it is. When you get Tom Brady, you know what you're getting, and solid quarterback.
Yep.
All right. I think that he also could have waited on a quarterback here because his team was pretty good. It just depends on what else is around there and if Tom Brady fell and was that value, which I don't remember how this worked, but in this round, that's pretty good to wait to get the quarterback.
I think
of that value
around that time, like around before that, quarterbacks were going off the board a lot, so I just wanted to get the one.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
and that's what we're doing too. We don't necessarily want to start the quarterback run early. We want to be in that later position, get the last of those best quarterbacks. That way you're getting all the value right before that with the top. He might not have been able to get a DJ Moore last round if he had drafted a quarterback, but he waited and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 8.
Number 8, I got Brennan Cooks.
Another solid wide receiver.
Yes.
That everybody's sleeping on this year.
Yeah, he's a big question mark. Definitely a talented receiver, but Tyrod Taylor's a quarterback. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Tyrod Taylor's a serviceable quarterback. We've seen it in the past. He hasn't been outstanding and great. You don't draft him in your top 10. But he's made some plays and he's targeted a few wide receivers. And I think being Brennan Cooks is the only one there, and he's a really good wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think that's great value.
Yep.
And he's your wide receiver 5 or something like that? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a good bye week fill-in.
Cannot complain.
Yep. And then after that, I got Corey Davis.
Oh, another.
Which is also another really good one.
Yeah. I was really sad. I was trying to target Corey Davis in this draft and didn't get him. Maybe next time.
I think I got him in both leagues, didn't I?
No, I think Angel got him in the other league because I was looking at maybe trying to trade her. Or maybe it was Susan. It was one of those two.
I was going to say because Angel is in this league.
Oh, no, yeah. So it must have been Susan in the other league.
Okay. Good,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I knew it was one of the females in our league, so. All right. On to round 9?
Round
10.
10. I got Devin Singletary.
Running back Buffalo Bills. This is the first one I'm going to be in disagreement with. But at round 10 and...
Could be a sleeper. He could get some attention. He's definitely the receiving back. So he could get some points here.
He could. Although we haven't seen him do really anything in any of the last few years that he's been around. He's had his opportunities. He hasn't really produced. He hasn't looked great. And then they drafted Zach Moss. And he was injured most of last year. So we're not able to see what he's going to do. But, in this round, you're taking a chance. And
Right.
I think Zach Moss was still on the board, and I would have rather had Moss than Singletary, only because we've seen what Singletary has done. And we haven't at least seen what Moss... He might have the opportunity to break out and be that starting running back. But that's all. I mean, tit for tat. Pick your flavor. If you like Moss, go for it. If you like Singletary, go for it.
It is a lot. It is pretty hard having a running back on these kind of offenses because the quarterback runs.
Yes.
Yeah, he still
they're just so limited.
Yep.
So limited. And that could be, too, though, why he did a lot more running in the red zone, because Singletary's not a bigger back, and he wasn't able to, get those red zone touchdowns.
Yeah.
Where Moss is a little bit bigger, and he might do it, so maybe they'll favor that a little bit more. We just don't know yet. It'll be interesting to see this year how Buffalo runs their offense. Mm-hmm. They've had some changes. I like it.
Yeah.
All right,
so after Singletary, we move on to the 11th round. This is where I got Nicole Hardman.
Sleeper.
I actually liked Nicole Hardman when he came out. And since Sammy Watkins is gone now, someone has to move into that number 2 role. It could be Demarcus Robinson. A lot of people really like Nicole Hardman. It's a high-powered passing game. So getting a piece of that passing game could benefit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if it doesn't work out, you drop them and you pick someone else. But, I mean, that's a good shot right there. I mean, it's a high-powered offensive team. And here's the thing with Nicole Hardman. He was very raw coming out. He wasn't like, a proven wide receiver in college. He kind of just had some raw abilities. They drafted him. And a lot of wide receivers take a full 3 years to really develop. This is his 3rd year. So this could be his step up.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't one of those number ones coming out like we see today that do pretty well in that first year and then blossom in the second.
Yeah.
These kind of guys take that 3rd year.
Right.
So I think it's a good choice there. I like it.
Yep. All right. And then coming back around to the 12th round is where I got Terrell Williams.
Yeah, a little bit of a sleeper. I mean,
I like him.
He's been in the league a while, and he's shown flashes of pretty good play.
Yeah. Watch our bets video.
Yeah. He's also been injured. So...
Yes.
When you get injured, that takes a little bit out of you, obviously. And last year he wasn't healthy with the Raiders, and he's going to get to play the number 1 role with Detroit.
Yeah.
Whatever that's going to be worth.
If Jared Goff pans out, then a lot of targets coming his way, a lot of yards, and
there's always surprises every season that come out of you like, I can't believe that team did that or that player did that. I mean, look at Stephon Diggs last year. Nobody was drafting him early on. Most of the time, 5th, 6th, 7th round.
Yeah.
And boom. Same thing with Josh Allen, though. Nobody expected him to take that next leap last year, and he took it.
I think last year I got him in the 8th round.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It just, every year there's surprises like that you're just not counting on. And, Detroit could be a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, Goff he was drafted number 1 overall. He does have talent. He hasn't fully put it all together, whether that's he didn't understand or work well with McVay and the Rams, and now maybe he's on an offense that, they're going to put a game around him rather than him around a game plan. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
See. Big question mark.
Tyrell Williams.
But it's definitely worth the chance.
Yeah, flyer. 12th
All right. 13th round.
Yep.
In my opinion, this guy is the steal of the draft.
Okay.
Russell Gage.
All right.
He's going to be incredible. So many people are talking about Kyle Pitts being the replacement for Julio.
Yeah.
No. Is this guy. Russell Gage.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I like Russell Gage too. I don't know for sure if he's going to be quite the replacement for Julio, but I do like him. I think at this range he's definitely a value and could be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely shown his ceiling. He has a high ceiling.
Yeah.
Showed it last year.
Yep. He had a few games where he really went off.
With Julio Jones in the game.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see.
Just worry about his consistency. Consistency.
Yeah.
If
you said it right the first time.
Yeah, I said it right the first time. If Julio's now gone, and so he's going to get that opportunity to be more consistent as that pure number 2 wide receiver. So instead of the number 3 and sometimes number 2 floating back and forth.
Yes.
So I do like that pick as well, Russell Gage. All right, 14th round.
14th round.
Oh no. Dun dun dun.
This is where I got my kicker.
One of the best kickers in the league.
Young Oku.
That's right.
I'm excited. I'm going to win this league because I have him.
Some people wait till the 16th round. This is 16th round draft. 16th round draft. Oh, 17th round draft.
17.
He went 14. I mean, folks, a little early. But he wanted a kicker, right? The one. You always feel better when you have that kicker on your team. But, all right, 15.
All right, 15. This is where I got the defense. Washington.
Yeah.
They definitely could be a good defense this year. They were a good defense last year, and they added to it in the offseason. So, yeah, they'll definitely be really good this year.
I like it.
All right, next round. This is where I got Jameson Winston. Second quarterback, a backup to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's old.
Yep.
So you don't know if injury's going to happen, and Jameson Winston looks like he's going to be very explosive.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's always been.
I like it.
Yeah.
Now, have you noticed, folks, that we've gone through 16 rounds, and they don't have a tight end? If you watched one of our videos earlier, you would see that we have implemented this plan a couple times in a few drafts we've done. So, who is your 17th round tight end?
Jared Cook.
That's right. He's got him as his 5th rated tight end. I'm not quite that high on him, but I do think he's very, very serviceable. Top 10 for sure. And he went ahead and if you don't get one of those top 3 or 4 tight ends early on or middle rounds, depending on where they fall, then you wait and 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 wait till after the kicker goes, after your defense goes, and you grab Jared Cook.
Exactly.
And there are a few others even on the board too. In a one tight end league, I mean, there's about 8 really to choose from. You pick your flavor, and his flavor is Jared Cook.
Yep.
So, okay, I like it. Good draft.
Okay. Let's move on to your draft.
All right, the second draft, my draft.
All right.
So, rate in the comments below, did you like this draft? Did you not? On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being, this is a terrible draft, I can't believe you did it, to 10 being, you're going to win the league, buddy. Rate down below, 1 to 10. And on to draft number 2. So, in the first round...
I loved your draft.
Really?
Yes. Outside of one player.
Okay.
One player I did not like.
All right.
And I think I made that clear during the draft.
Yeah. Oh, yes, this is the one. And then I'll explain a little bit more why I did that. Because we had our plan, and my plan was in place until this happened. So I was drafting from the 10th spot. So at the very end of the draft. And, you know, when you pick there, all the good running backs are basically gone.
Yes.
So I have my choice of 2 mediocre running backs or pick number 1, Davante Adams.
I like it.
Yes, number 1 wide receiver. So I went Davante Adams here, pretty straightforward. Don't have to explain much about him. Then with 10 being right there at back-to-back picks, I went with Tyreek Hill. Also a solid wide receiver. Those are probably the top 2 rated wide receivers on pretty much everybody's board.
I think I questioned why you didn't get Ridley. I kind of pegged you to get Ridley.
You know, that was a consideration too, but I had Ridley in another draft. And when I have choices between stud receivers, I'm going to diversify a little bit. Okay. Because if Ridley were to go down, I had him in both leagues. Now both leagues are going to be suffering. So I didn't want to do that. Even though I love Ridley this year, I love him. But, you know, there's always that case of injury. So I went with Adams and Hill in this draft.
I like it.
At the first and second. So then I've got a long way to wait, go all the way back around, and then all the way back around again. And at the end of the third round, pretty much all of the next level, or the top tier wide receivers were off the board. And so I had my eye on one player, and he was there. And I took him, DeAndre Swift.
Ooh.
Yes, we both have him rated really high this year. Yeah. He could easily finish as a top 5 running back if everything goes right for him. Yeah. I mean, he does have obstacles.
He is dealing with injury right now. So as long as he stays healthy all year, yes, I love him.
And he's dealing with a little bit subpar team that we don't know what's going to happen. But we think that they're going to really lean on him and rely. And he's a pass-catching back. So we both think he's going to have a lot of receptions this year and some good rushing yards. So as long as he's healthy, I think he could be a number 1 running back.
He definitely has the talent.
Yeah. And then I didn't see another top-rated running back that I liked, so I'm very high on CeeDee Lamb this year as well, and so I grabbed CeeDee Lamb. So now I've got my top 3 wide receivers, and I'm ready to kick some booty.
I love all 4 of those picks.
We'll see what happens. So that was my 4th round at the turn. Then we're waiting a long time again, and we're coming back around. I needed another running back. There wasn't much on the board. I was hoping to get Miles Sanders. He had just went, I think, just a few picks before I was going to draft. And before they brought in Sony Michel, and of course before he injured his thumb, I was extremely high on Darrell Henderson, extremely high. And I still am high on him, but I'm unsure. So I'm taking a chance here.
Yeah.
In the 5th round, I think it's okay. Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I think 1 round earlier, it would have been too early. But I think the 5th round is definitely.
And I'm not going to get him coming all the way back around again.
Yeah.
So I took a chance on him.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
I like
if
it.
he does get the start and he does play well, I mean, he's going to be worth it for sure. I don't know what Sony's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very high on Sony, but I mean, they did trade for him. I mean, they kind of had to, though, because they didn't have anything else, obviously. So
It seemed like last year they wanted to do a running back by committee type of thing, which makes me a little concerned about the trade for Sony Michel because it seems like they're still in that kind of a mindset.
yeah.
So that's what kind of bothers me. But for the 10 to 15 carries Darrell Henderson's going to get and the receptions, I think he'll do very well.
And he could break one at any time. He's one of those guys that he's got the speed. He can just break a long one.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Okay, that was 5th round. Now 6th round, I normally wouldn't do this here, and I wouldn't have done it with any other tight end, of course, unless Travis Kelce or one of the top 3 was here. But those guys went off the board super early, so I took a chance on Kyle Pitts.
Okay. I want to hear why, because this is the one that I disagree with.
Yeah, I didn't have to do this, obviously, but we both don't feel like he is going to do well. However, he does have the chance to do extremely well. I mean, we always know that most tight ends take a little while to mature. He's not most tight ends, though. And being drafted number 4 overall, no tight end has ever done that. I mean, none of them. So obviously they have a plan to do something with him. They put him in the preseason, they put him in sets as like more of a wide receiver as opposed to just a tight end. And so I think he's going to get plenty of play. I think he could get 800 to even 1,000 yards.
Okay.
And about 6 or 8 touchdowns. And if he does that, he's going to be a top 3 or 4 tight end.
Okay.
And that's why I'm taking a chance. I didn't like what else I saw there. There were some other players, and there were a group of wide receivers that I did like, several wide receivers, but there were about 8 or 9 there that were kind of all the same to me. So I was like, I'm just going to take a chance here, take Pitts, and then when I come back around, I'll be able to get another wide receiver.
Those wide receivers must have not.
They went right off the board. So, which is fine. I mean, it was basically 20 picks later.
Yeah.
So at that point, I switched gears and I went back to where I wasn't super strong potentially because Darrell Henderson I don't know about. I picked up Myles Gaskin, who's kind of had an up and down preseason as far as is he going to start, is he not going to start, who's going to be the number 1. And towards the end here, it's been determined kind of that he's going to be the number 1, at least to start. And he did pretty good with what he had last year when he started. And then I grabbed what I determined as a sleeper in Trey Sermon. I don't think he's going to start right away, but I'm not drafting him to start right away. I'm drafting him to take over week 5, week 7, and have him turn into probably my solid number 2 or even a number 1 running back.
Yeah, maybe. Kyle Shanahan's running game has definitely been successful.
Yeah, it's about health. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Okay. Then we come back around in round 9, and I took another opportunity here in Jamar Chase. He's had kind of a poor preseason, but he's got the talent.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. Like I said, I don't need him to start right away. I've got, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Those guys are starting for me, so I can just have him on my bench and see what matures. I can use him as a trading option or maybe one of these other guys as a trading option. And, round 10, the next pick, I took another flyer in Michael Thomas, who is, potential top 10 wide receiver.
I mean, by this time, you pretty much have your entire lineup set.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
It's pretty
I'm
much
drafting for upside now.
Exactly.
And I think Jamar Chase and Michael Thomas both have a lot of upside.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so then we come all the way back around to round 11, and I draft A.J. Dillon. I'm very excited about A.J. Dillon this year. He's got some standalone opportunity. He's probably going to get 10 to 12 carries a game right now, the Jamal Williams role. And then if something happens to Aaron Jones, the sky is the limit. This dude is a monster. He is a Derrick Henry in hiding.
Yes.
I mean, he's more compact. He's like 6 foot, 247. I'm just excited for him. So we'll see what happens. But once again, another flyer with upside. That's what we're doing here.
I mean, I don't really think anybody saw Aaron Jones as incredibly talented.
Yeah.
Now everyone's just so excited about him.
Yeah.
So, if Aaron Jones goes down, I can definitely see that with Dillon.
That's and like I said, he's also got some standalone because he's going to get some play no matter what. They don't use Aaron Jones as a 3-down monster back. They have special plays designed for him, and he does extremely well with those plays. So I like both those guys. But okay, then on to another player who I think is great potential. He's suspended one game, which caused him to fall down the boards, and it's Will Fuller. When he played last year, he was a top 10 wide receiver.
Oh, I mean, he has top 10 talent ever since he came out of college.
Yeah.
He, in my opinion, owning DeAndre Hopkins, I always compared his talent to Will Fuller when they played on the same team. Like he has a lot of talent.
It's health with him. And once again, I'm not drafting him as my starter, but when I know he is starting and he is healthy, I can put him as a bye week or a flex or another trade possibility.
I think his main problem, along with health, is probably Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are sleeping on, but Parker has connection with Tua already.
Yeah.
So, and Will Fuller doesn't.
No, but Will Fuller, the thing about Will Fuller is he's got great speed and separation. And that is what Tua loves because he's very accurate with his ball. So if you're getting that separation, the ball's going to come to you. Where Devontae Parker is more of almost like a jump ball specialist. He's a big receiver.
Yeah.
He's not quite as fast, but if you throw the ball in his area, he's going to come down with it. But I think if you're open, Tua's going to get you the ball first. So that's why I kind of lean more towards Fuller. But, we haven't seen what's going to happen yet.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Honestly, it could even be Jalen Waddle falling.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle's another guy like that. I mean, I personally think Waddle's going to take probably a small he'll be a lot of special teams. Fuller will fill that speed role and Waddle next year because Fuller's only on a 1-year contract. And Fuller's going to want to get paid again. So he's going to play well, get his deal done, and move on, and Waddle will jump into Fuller's spot. That's what I'm thinking, but we don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so that was round 12. Round 13, I don't have a quarterback yet. And I grab Matthew Stafford and then back it up with Trey Lance. I am extremely excited for Trey Lance.
I love Trey Lance.
I know. He's not going to start yet, obviously. So I've got Matthew Stafford, who's very serviceable in the meantime. And, if Trey Lance, for some weird reason, didn't, Matthew Stafford. I normally wouldn't draft 2 quarterbacks, but I really wanted Trey Lance. I think he's got top 5 potential.
Yes, I agree.
He's got the running skill. Watch some of his videos if you haven't seen him. And you haven't drafted yet, and you're in a 1 quarterback league for sure, you've got to follow the strategy of drafting a late quarterback and following it up with Trey Lance. Or even getting Trey Lance a little bit early and following that up with another serviceable quarterback. Matthew Stafford, a Kirk Cousins, or who's another good quarterback we can draft a little bit later on. And
Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of quarterbacks like that aren't being drafted, and you can get them. But Trey Lance, if you get all your good players up front, wait and get Trey Lance, and he becomes that top 5 quarterback, you are well ahead of your competition.
I like it.
All right, then we went to round 15 of 17, and I got
49ers defense.
My 49ers defense.
Did you hear the news today?
They signed a
certain
cornerback.
In my opinion, one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
Yeah. He's older now, but I think he's still
so good.
Still serviceable.
Oh, yeah. Last year he played, I think it was like 8 games.
Yeah.
And during those 8 games, he racked up more stats than Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The guy's insane. I love Josh Norman.
Yeah.
He's really good. And, that's just an addition to your defense.
Yeah. I mean, they already have a stacked defense. Once again, it's about health for them.
Yes.
They've got everybody back healthy right now. I think they should be pretty good. Pretty
Yes.
good. All right. And then I wrapped up 16th with a kicker. Got Tyler Bass. I do love me some Tyler Bass. He's a solid kicker on a team that is going to score a lot of points. So that's what you look for. Either a dome kicker or a team that's going to score a lot of points. You're going to get opportunity.
My problem with Tyler Bass is I have Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, so you're going to get a lot of extra points.
That's fine.
You're not going to get many field goals.
Surprisingly, last year he got a lot of field goals. I had my eye on him, and the thing with this though is he didn't have as many close field goals, but he got a lot of distance. He's got a big leg, and he was kicking 45, 50, 55-yard field goals. So if your league gives you more points for as you get further out, he's definitely a guy to keep an eye on. Koo is also a great one from earlier. They both have really good, accurate legs and strong.
Yep.
So, and then my sleeper, I wanted to get my kicker and the defense I wanted, so I selected them around early, and I knew that my sleeper pick was going to be there, and so that's why I waited to the 17th round for him, and that's running back Ty Johnson from the New York Jets. Right now he's not listed on the depth chart as the number one, but I fully believe that he is going to be the number one. Tevin Coleman is old and not great. Yeah, he knows the system and he can help teach the other running backs, but that's it.
Yeah, I know. He's not an every down back.
He's
anymore.
not. And Michael Carter, I don't know that he doesn't have the body and the build to be an every down running back. He's a great pass catching back, but so is Ty Johnson. He can catch passes too, and he's 210 pounds, and he runs a 4.4. He is fast. So if you are looking for that late sleeper, draft Ty Johnson. The beautiful thing about it is, if for some reason he doesn't, drop him and pick up someone else. But if he does hit, you've got yourself a starting running back. So, all right,
Okay.
That's my team. Tell us what you think on a scale of 1 being terrible and 10 being I'm going to win the league. Remember, we're going back and forth here. We're in the same league. Let us know what you think, or if there's any changes or additions, or if you guys have any sleepers that we didn't touch on and you think could be good ads. Put those in the comments down below. And anything else you want to add?
No. That's all.
Once again, this was a 1 quarterback league with 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex that's a running back wide receiver, and a flex that's a wide receiver tight end. So you could have up to 4 wide receivers, which is why we kind of both went wide receiver heavy. And then we had 1 tight end, 1 kicker, 1 defense. So, all right, thanks for watching. Don't forget about the collector card. Like 2 videos, comment on 2 videos, and subscribe to our channel. And you will get mailed out a Travis Kelce Collector Card free of charge. All on us, all costs. 1,000, limited edition only. So don't be too late. You won't get one. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
With all
And
that
it's
being
easy,
said.
'cause we're going to do 2 videos right
Oh,
now.
yeah, we're going to do 2. Watch
So-
our next one, too. It's a 2 quarterback.
So just like and subscribe on both of those.
Yeah. All right.
Amazing.
With all that being said,
Always remember to
finish first.
Thank you for listening to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Jackson throws complete. Crabtree has it for a touchdown.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Get more fantasy info and check us out at FantasyFootballFirst.com.